So, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining today's webinar. My name is Veronica Lopez. I'm a business counselor manager here at PACE Business Development Center. Before we get started with our main presentation, I'm just going to provide some housekeeping and then some info about PACE Business Development Center before we get started. So today's webinar is part of a five-part series, Next Level Marketing in Action. By Harmony 3 Productions. Today is the second session of the series. So, video that sells, simple ways to shine on camera. Um, as I mentioned, my name is Veronica Lopes and I'll be your host. Our guest speaker today is Ronnie Ramos. She's creative director and digital filmmaker with Harmony 3 Productions, also co-owner. With that, on to housekeeping. Oh, sorry, it's not moving. Okay. Everyone is on listening mode in a webinar session. If you'd like to raise your hand to ask a question, um, you can ask throughout the session, but if we're deep in content, I might ask you to see if you want to ask your question at a different time. But we are going to be receiving questions both in the Q&A feature and also in the chat box. So go ahead and enter those questions there. I would encourage you to enter your questions as the webinar progresses because you don't want to, lose that good question that you have because you're just deep in the content. There will be a Q&A at the end of the session. Today's webinar is being recorded. You can find it on our e-library. You can also all of today's attendees will receive a copy. I'll be emailing you the webinar link. And then we kindly ask that you complete a survey at the end of the webinar to help inform to more programming in the future. So the Business Development Center was established in 1983 to advance the health of our communities by giving individuals the tools to develop sustainable businesses and manage their personal and business financials successfully. We do this through three ways. Technical assistance. I oversee the City of Los Angeles BusinessSource Center for the Pico-Union Westlake region, very long title. My counterpart here at PACE oversees the Hollywood region, and we also oversee the City of Los Angeles exclusive procurement service through a program called Procure LA. We're an award-winning SBA Women's Business Center, and we also, through the Governor's Office of State of California, we offer GoBiz, which is a technical assistance service. For lending, we are a CDFI, Community Development Financial Institution, and we provide loans as small as 500 and as large as 500,000. It's really important for you all to know what's so special about CDFI. Like a traditional financial institution, you have to have, all your ducks in a row. You have to have credit, collateral, cash flow. And for someone who's a startup, that may not be the case. Sometimes that's one of the reasons you're applying for this type of assistance because you need the capital in order to get the business launched. So I encourage you to reach out to our CDFI, which is Pace Finance Corporation, and we can assist you with perhaps startup capital for your small business. We are also an SBA lender, and we also a CalCap lender, which guarantees our loans. Here's just another overview of the services. So our consulting, courses like today's training, and then our I'm not sure if it's world famous, but it's very famous. Our entrepreneurial training program, ETP course. It's in person, has a 10-part series. I always like to promote it. We only offered it twice a year, but usually it's it's packed. There's so many people who are interested in taking that training. It can be a startup or it can be an operating business. And then lastly, I do like to promote our WorkSource Center, which is our other department of PACE. They provide employment services and business services. One keynote that I like to highlight is their on-the-job training incentive program. Okay. If you have or thinking about hiring employees and you like to offset the cost of hiring, they cover half of the employee's salary for 3 months and it can be extended for an additional 3 months, so it's 6 months total. And also, and this is just something that Pace just is promoting last Thursday, Council member Eunices Hernandez for Council District 1 announced a grant for small businesses between $5,000 to $10,000 and for sidewalk vendors for $3,000. I'm going to enter the information in the chat. I'll also give you a a search engine so you can find out if you're in her council district to see if you're eligible for the grant and also the eligibility requirements in case you'd like to apply for that grant. So now with that, I would like to oh, sorry. Just briefly, just mention upcoming webinars. These are additional webinar series. Build to Scale is a startup webinar series, but of course, you're encouraged if you're a startup or operating business to attend. Set from sidelines to procurement is just an overview of the procurement opportunities that are available through LA 28, so LA Sports, Entertainment, and Industry, and both of those are happening the next week. So with that, I would let me see. I stop sharing. Um, I would like to allow today's presenter to introduce herself. This is Ronnie Ramos, Creative Director and Digital Filmmaker with Harmony 3 Productions. So the
Thank you
floor is
so
yours.
much. Thank you. Okay, so today we're talking video, just one of my absolutely favorite aspects of being a business owner this time, day, and age is we really do need to use video. So I like to think that your hardest working employee might just be a video. So I am Ronnie Ramos. My company is Harmony 3 Productions, and these days we're called content creators, digital marketers, basically anything visual online, that's what we do. From photography, video, social media graphics, content creation, digital marketing strategy, that's us in a nutshell. Harmony 3 is really three of us, and I'm very excited about all of the new AI tools and the just importance of video for your business. And that's what I do for my business and what I do for my clients. I'd love to connect with you on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, I'm Ronnie Ramos, and on most other social, I'm Harmony 3 Productions under my business name. And if you would like to get my best tips on a semi-regular basis, you can sign up for my newsletter. I'll put the link in chat, and I'll put my LinkedIn handle in chat also. But it's a great way to see the things that I'm working on that aren't quite ready for prime time webinars yet. And I sometimes just offer random bits of encouragement. So yes, love to have you sign up. If you want to sign up, you can just put your email address in chat, and I'll be collecting the chat at the end of the presentation. Okay, I call it marketing in motion, and why I think that video is doing the heavy lifting now. Small business need to use video for their marketing. It captures the attention of your customers and wannabe customers in seconds with really scroll stopping visuals. It absolutely can help build trust and credibility with authentic storytelling. And videos absolutely shown to drive higher engagement and conversion rates across all of the social platforms. I want you to think about utilizing it, but focusing on a mobile first audience. That means most people are going to see your videos on their very small camera that they have in their phone. So, with that being said, things to keep in mind is making sure that your text is readable, that you don't have a lot of text on each frame. That think of it, if you were seeing it on your phone, what is going to make it accessible and easy for you to see? You can absolutely boost your SEO and online visibility by using video for your marketing. And using video can really simplify those really complex messages and product demonstrations by watching how it's done, not just reading a lot of text about it. You can absolutely leverage a lot of the AI tools to scale that production. So once you've made a video, say it's a longer form video, you can cut that down into short clips for social media, and then make sure that you are looking at the analytics on any of your social platforms, on your emails, your Google Analytics for your website, and see how your videos are doing using the tools that we have now available. Right now, video is the way people want to connect. Be aware of the things that are really at the forefront of marketing, and video is really where it is top of the line now for people wanting to see your content, not just read about it. So welcome. Video, I do not think, is optional for most businesses. It helps people see you and hear you and remember you. And the good news is you don't need a fancy, beautiful, a natural light studio to get started. So, since videos become the best and most effective way to connect with your customers online, we're going to talk about why video plays such an important role in the realm of digital marketing and how you, as a business owner, can use it without a big budget or a big production team. I want you to be thinking today about how video can fit into your marketing mix and how you can approach it really confidently. All right. What I do want you to take away from today is to have a better understanding of why video performs so well across the platforms and to identify some simple and practical ways to use video for your own marketing and how you communicate with your customers and potential customers, your audience. I want to give you my tips as we're going along today, how you can get started with video and not feel intimidated by it. And use the tools you already have. Your phone is a great video camera. So why video matters right now? People are absolutely overloaded with content, and video helps you earn their attention faster. It can communicate your personality and clarity and trust in really just seconds. It can explain your concept, your message, much faster than text. And it feels more personal than just like a graphic or an image on a static post. And I love this, it can be reused across multiple platforms. It supports both visibility and trust. What it really does best is, I think, show your face and your personality. It can demonstrate your products or services, and it can answer questions really quickly. And the more people see you, the more people see you on video, it really builds that familiarity over time, and that builds that trust. People want to know who they're buying from, and video makes people feel like they know you. I hope that by the end of this session, you feel like you know me a little bit. Video is powerful that way. It matters for all types of businesses, but service businesses, consultants, shops, local brands. Trust starts before the first conversation. Before they even go to your website these days, they're seeing your content on social. And I do feel like a good deal of that content needs to be video. So, some key points for success these days, and things change all the time, but like I said, this is, as of today, these are my best suggestions and tips. You don't need a big ad budget. You don't need a full production crew, but you do need clarity and consistency and a willingness to show up. And that means showing up on a regular basis. So some things that I hear from clients that they're nervous about videos. I think I need expensive equipment, or I think I need to look perfect, and I need to be great on camera, and I need a full script every time. Absolutely none of those are true. My best tip when you start is to start with a smile. A simple smile changes your energy right away. It helps you sound warmer and more approachable, and even a small smile at the start makes a big difference. So, for example, say you're going to film you on camera. So, you're going to be all ready. Start with a smile. Even before you start talking, you've got that little smile. And once you start talking, that smile, it does have a warmth to it. It absolutely sounds different than if you start all pouty and like, well, yes, it's going to be one of those videos that are really boring because I'm not happy to be here. You want to smile. You want to send that energy that you have absolutely through the camera lens. So, where does video fit with your marketing mix? Well, social media, email marketing, your website, homepage, landing pages, sales follow-up calls, customer education, event promotion. Video works just about everywhere. So a lot of people say, what am I going to do with the video? What would your goal be for putting all this time and effort and money into making a video? You want to get attention, brand awareness, absolutely build that trust like we talked about. Explain what you do. And yes, stay top of mind. That goes to that consistency and encourage the next step of what you want the people watching your video to do. So, some types of videos that a small business can make. You can absolutely engage your audience with really diverse and high impact content. You can give short tips, like quick and valuable advice that you can solve some of your audience problems in a very short video. You all know the frequently asked questions you get for your business all the time. You know 10 frequently asked questions. You probably know 10 things people should ask and they haven't asked yet. Right there, that's 20 ideas for a video. What about behind the scenes clips? Everybody loves behind the scenes. You could showcase your team or your process, how you do that. You can showcase your company culture. Big companies spend a lot of money showing what their company culture is because it goes back to people want to do business with people that they like. Product demos are great, walkthroughs and highlights of features and benefits if you have a tangible product. Testimonials are gold for your business. Share authentic customer success stories. If they see somebody raving about your product or your service on video, you can't you can't fake that authenticity. Well, people are probably trying to do it now with avatars, but a real person talking about what a great product or service you have, that's gold for your business. Get that on video. And what about personal introductions? You can introduce the founders of your business and team members. Again, you want to build that trust. Now, you've, I'm sure, seen online, pretty much our social feeds are full of what we call talking head videos. That's typically it's like head to shoulders. It's somebody talking into the camera, telling you about their business or their consulting or what you need to do or what they did to accomplish XYZ. Why are they so popular? Because they feel direct and personal. And they're really simple to create. They work especially well for expertise-based businesses, but they can work for any kind of business. Your face and your voice become a part of your brand. Now, here's another tip. I'm going to just intersperse tips throughout this presentation because I can't help myself. Look into the camera. The lens is where you want to make eye contact. Looking at yourself on screen can make the video feel disconnected. You want to look into the camera. You can try to put a little small sticky note, right near where you want to look in. So it also makes the audience, the people that are watching your video, feel that you're talking to them. And that's really what we want to really get the feel about, that you are connected to them. Why does video work so great on social? Well, the movement catches attention, and platforms, their algorithm really rewards video distribution. The more the video is seen, the longer it's seen, the algorithms like that. People are more likely to stop scrolling for something that's moving, that bit of motion, rather than a static image. And video can communicate quickly without much reading. Short form video, I'm sure you've, again, seen it all over social. Why has that got so popular? Well, basically, we have no attention span anymore. So it does respect people's time. You get the message out, next, right? It's easier for you to create short form video consistently, and it can deliver one idea clearly. Short often wins over complicated. So the best video strategy is really simple. One topic, one message, one audience, one call to action. That's enough. I know you've got more. I know you want to tell them more, but tell it in another video. Have your videos have one message. There's been so much research on if you give people too many options, they don't do anything. One video, one message, one topic, one call to action. Now, another tip, sit up straight. It really does enhance your presence and your performance. You talking on camera, that's a performance. Posture affects your confidence and your voice. If I'm sitting in my chair like this, that does not exude confidence. When I'm presenting, I am at the edge of my chair and I'm sitting up like my mother is standing behind me going, sit up straight. You can pretend it's me sitting behind you saying, sit up straight. It helps you look more alert and you sound more polished. It also improves your breathing. All right. You already have all the tools you need to start if you have a smartphone. You can start creating content today with what you have, your smartphone, natural window light, a quiet room, a simple tripod or a phone stand. Basic editing tools are already built into the apps. You don't need fancy gear before you get started. You start with what you have. Better content beats expensive equipment every time. And clarity and usefulness for the content that you're creating matter more than this beautiful cinematic production. People want to see and hear, watch your video about content that is of value to them. Here's another tip. Clean the background behind you. Your background communicates something. A clean, simple space keeps the focus on you. Remove any clutter and distractions that you can, and a little tidying goes a long way. So I'm talking to you now, and if I was making a video and I was going to be posting it on social, I wouldn't do it in this room. This is my office where I do my webinars, right? But I've got my treadmill right there, right? I've got my vintage boot collection behind me and another computer back there somewhere. So I would choose not to do a video that I'm creating for my business to run on social in this room because I could tidy it a little bit, but I've got like some big equipment that I'm not going to be able to move. My grandmother's antique mirror. Love that thing. So think about a space that you can film in that you can clean up a bit. All right. So some good backgrounds for business videos. So a neutral wall works well, an organized office, a branded workspace. What if you have your logo in the background? Soft background blur works if available, but if your stuff is tidy, you don't need that blur. Simple is better than busy. And some lighting basics. Face the window if possible, just like in this illustration. That would be beautiful light, nice soft window light. It looks like it's a little foggy out there. That would be beautiful. What you don't want is bright, harsh sunlight on your face. You don't want a lot of heavy shadows. If you have beautiful window light, but it's harsh at the time you're filming, you can put a sheet up or some sort of diffusion material to soften that soften, even light. You don't need dramatic lighting, just flattering lighting. Excuse me. I want you to think about using the things around you that make you comfortable. Some people do better sitting. Some rather stand. Some people on their scripts, they like bullet points, and some like a whole script written out for them. The goal isn't to copy somebody else's style, but to find what works for you in a repeatable way. The other thing to consider, I have to get more water, is that audio matters more than people think. What was I saying about audio? It matters a lot. People are going to forgive an average video, but they'll click away from bad audio. So think about recording in a quiet space, and you can use a simple mic or maybe earbuds to make it sound better. You want the quality as good as you can for your audio. So what are you going to say on camera? Well, you start with the problem that you have the solution to. Your audience has a pain point That's the problem. Offer one helpful thought. Keep it conversational and end with a clear next step. Veronica, you have your hand raised.
No, I'm not sure how that happened.
Okay. No problem.
I'll lower it.
Okay, so here's a simple formula for a short video. You've got your hook, right? The thing that is scroll stopping that's going to make people want to watch the rest of it. You've got your helpful point. You've got an example and a call to action. This structure can work over and over no matter what type of business that you have. So here's another tip. Use a teleprompter if it helps. There are teleprompter apps you can use on your phone which work great. A teleprompter is not cheating. It can help you stay really focused and calm, right? You can even use teleprompter apps on your phone if you're recording with another camera or device, sometimes a webcam. You can even use teleprompter apps on your phone while you're recording yourself on your phone. They're set up that way so you can read it. It looks like you're talking right into the camera. But the goal is clear delivery, not memorization. Because if you try to memorize even a 15, 20-second script, it's hard, it's difficult. If you're not an actor, this is not your business. You need to make it easy on you. So I think a teleprompter works great. Now, there are phone teleprompter apps, right? It's basically like a scrolling note. You just read it. You can set the time for how quickly it's going. If you want, you can type it in word for word, or you can just use bullet points and you kind of riff on the bullet point that you want to talk about. Or it could be short sentence prompts on the screen. Use the version that just makes you sound the most natural. So, how to relax on camera. I like to take one deep breath before recording. Let it out, drop my shoulders. As I said, you smile before you begin. Here's another tip. Speak slower than you think you need to, because a lot of times you'll speed up because for some reason people speed up the first time they're on camera. So modulate what you're going to be saying. It might not even sound like you are slowing down, but the more you do it, the more comfortable you be. You'll know what tone and speed that you need to make it work for you. Pretend you're just talking to one friendly customer, not the whole internet. Let's see. Did the teleprompter have a filter? Hi, Jet. Not sure what you're relating to. So the teleprompter is just showing you the words that you're going to say, or the bullet points, or the short sentences. Whatever you want to have, you upload to the teleprompter app, and then it will record you. But no, I don't believe it has like filters also built into that. If you wanted to put filters on your video, I would record it first with the teleprompter so you sound like you want to sound and read, the content that you have. And then you can take it into another app and that would have filters. Okay, here's another tip. Record more than one take. I don't know why I'm so comfortable doing this, because probably, I started in photography, so you shoot like 50 frames before you get one image. But yeah, I do 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 takes till you get one that you are happy with. You might not think to do that, and if you don't have time, at least do a couple takes, because you're gonna like one better than the other. Your first take a lot of times is just the warm-up, but sometimes your first take's the best take. Take the pressure off of you by planning for, say, 2 to 3 takes. Sometimes take 2 is the winner. It's totally up to you. Perfection is not the goal. Authenticity is the goal. People respond to real way more than polished. A natural video that is useful to your audience absolutely can outperform a stiff and overproduced one. Done is absolutely better than delayed. Just saying the photo had a glass in front of the camera. Some teleprompters are set up like that, that the glass is what reflects it back. But a teleprompter app that is on your phone, an app on your phone, does not have a filter. Confidence comes from repetition. You don't become comfortable by waiting, you become comfortable by doing it over and over, by practicing. And every video you make teaches you something. You're going to learn by doing. So, what what if you really don't want to be on camera? And I struggle with this one because it is so important these days to be on camera. But let's just say you're a hard no. You can use a voiceover, your voice or AI voice, as the voiceover with visuals. You can create a screen recorded tutorial of you doing it and you not being on camera. You can use product footage. You can, feature a team member, which is a great idea, or you can try an avatar for certain types of content. So let's talk avatar for a minute. Could you use an avatar? Maybe. Avatars can help with consistency and speed, and they might be useful for updates or explainer videos or multilingual content, but they should still sound like your brand and they should be used thoughtfully. I use avatars all the time because I teach people how to make them, right? It's an AI tool that is definitely has a place in your digital marketing landscape. But if you look at this image over here, that's what avatars look like last year. Holy cow, this year they are looking really good. And there's even a struggle with people saying, I can't even tell the difference. How do I know it's not a real person? It's up to you whether you want to say somewhere, this is, AI. I used AI to create this content. What do you think of it? Just some way to let people know it is an avatar. Or you can have it represent you, or you can just have it be an AI generated fake person that's representing your company. Just like you see a TV commercial, those people are actors. They are not really, you know, representing the company as like an owner. So there's different ways to think about it, and everybody is going to have what works for their company. But it is absolutely a way to generate a lot of content, and especially if you don't want to be on camera. So when do avatars make sense? So for training videos or internal communication, I think they can work really well. What about repetitive announcements or simple explainers? It's a great way to test your content really quickly, and they can support your strategy, but they should not replace all of the human content. So when is real better? I think that authentic connection for today's digital audience is still very important. Personal introductions, content that you're making to help build trust, stories, testimonials should be real, and community focused messaging, I do think should be real. Anything where authenticity is the main point. Here's another tip. Keep your video focused on one idea. And I might be repeating myself here, but it's so important. Simplify your message to get better engagement and makes the production much easier. Trying to say too much makes your videos harder to record and harder to watch. Choose one message per video and save the rest for future posts. It's like now you can build a library of content. So here's some easy video ideas for small businesses. Some simple, actionable content that really can help you connect with your audience and hopefully grow your audience and grow your business. You can answer a common question. You can share one quick tip. You can show how something works. You can explain a mistake to avoid, or you can react to a trend in your industry. I know on my social feed, I have been inundated with riffs and memes on the actual theft of something like 4 tons of Kit Kat bars. They had a truck, a legitimate Kit Kat candy bar theft of, I think it was like 4 tons of Kit Kat chocolate bars. And different companies are making posts and short videos about it and saying, oh, we're respectful of Kit Kat during this trying time, but on a completely separate note, we're offering free Kit Kat bars with every Big Mac or whatever it was. It's hysterically funny, Reacting to a trend, a current trend with video is a smart way to pull into that if it applies to you. It'd be hard to, tie that in maybe to, I don't know, a dentist. Well, yeah, you could actually do that. So there's a lot of ways that whatever's happening in the world, you might be able to tie that into your own messaging. So video content you can reuse. And I love this because you're already creating content. I'm sure you've got stuff on your blog or in your newsletters that you can turn that into video. Maybe there's webinar clips or frequently asked questions answers or client onboarding explanations or sales reminders, customer support tips. What about event invitations? One video can become many pieces of content. So some key points: a short clip for social, a quote or a graphic, a caption post, a blog starter, an email intro, a website embed. Think in your content ecosystem, not one-offs. Here's another tip. Keep a list of video topics. This is a big one. I do this constantly. Don't wait for inspiration every time. Build a content library, even if it's just a content library idea library. Keep a running note in your phone or do screenshots or write it down, pencil and paper. What are questions that customers ask? Those are great for video topics. And there's common myths in your industry, and there's mistakes and quick tips. Start writing that anytime you think about something or see a video that inspires you, write it down so that you can think about how could you use that as an idea for a video that you want to create. I want you to, look at your competition. I want you to look at any videos that inspire you. I don't want you to copy them in any way, but I do want you to be inspired and be thinking how you can use this for ideas for your own content. So what about those calls to action? Visit the website, send a message, book a call, watch the full video, comment with a question, keep it simple and direct. That call to action really is the reason you're making the video. You want your audience to do something. A lot of times people will watch, and if there's no call to action, they won't do anything. But a lot of times if there is a call to action, they will do exactly what you're asking them to do. So what makes a business video effective? Clear topic, good enough sound and lighting. Again, that means it doesn't have to be perfect. A natural delivery, how you're talking, giving useful information. This is number one. Why would people watch your videos unless it is helpful to them? And a clear next step. Again, what do you want them to do? So some common mistakes to avoid. Starting too slow. I see this all the time. If you're doing the video filming by yourself, you're going to have to put the camera up, right? You have to walk around so that now you're in front of the camera. Sit there, smile, start to smile. And then you go, good morning. I wanted to introduce myself. I'm blah, 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 blah. By the time you get around to what you're talking about, they're gone. Forget the niceties, forget the introductions, dive right in to what you want to talk about, your hook. Why should they stay and watch your video? What about trying to sound overly formal? Yeah, kind of not these days. Again, try to be active on the platforms you want to share your video on so that you know what people are doing. Typically, they're not overly formal. Don't use those distracting backgrounds. Do not skip captions. Most people watch videos these days with the sound off. There are people that have to have the caption so they can see what you're talking about. Also, the algorithms, if you're just showing the video, the algorithms can't hear you. They don't know what you're saying without a transcript or captions. Captions just, yeah, definitely use captions. Making the video too long. People, again, have that very tiny, short little attention span. So keep your videos short. For social media, shorts are like between 12 seconds and 30 seconds. After that, you're into long form video. And stop waiting for it to be perfect. Get it out there. Your next one will be better, and your next one will be better than that. So, your simple starter plan: choose one topic, record one short video this week. Use your phone, right? Keep it under 60 seconds. I would say under 30. Post it where your audience sees you. Where is your audience? That's where you need to be posting your videos. If they are on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, you can pretty much use the same content across all of them. You might have to tweak it a little bit between TikTok and LinkedIn, but mostly you can record one and share it on multiple platforms. So, the key takeaways: video helps people connect with your business faster. You don't need a big team or a big budget to begin. Use simple, clear, helpful video, and it can go a long way to getting better brand awareness, better trust and recognition for your brand. And your confidence grows by just doing more videos. So, my final encouragement to you is that you don't need to be a full time content creator. You just need to communicate cleanly and consistently. And start simple. Keep it going. Let video do some of the heavy lifting for you. Again, I'm Ronnie Ramus. My company's Harmony 3 Productions. So we do have a few minutes, and I want to open it up for questions. So if you want to raise your hand, we can call on you and we can talk together in real time. I love this part of the webinars.
Okay, thank you, Rondi.
Absolutely.
And so there's a question about what video platforms to use. I guess maybe to edit the videos or
Okay, so to edit the videos, there's so many editing platforms. Canva has a very user-friendly platform built right in. All of the social platforms have an editor built into themselves. So uh, TikTok has an editor built right in. A lot of people use CapCut. Instagram has an editor built right in. YouTube has an editor built right in. I would start with the one that you think will be easiest for you, and don't worry about the other ones. Just get, all you do is need to find one that you're comfortable using. Like I said, Canva is pretty user friendly, so you might want to start with that one.
okay, okay. Uh, I don't see any more questions in the chat, but I'll just wait, give some people some time to enter them.
Yeah, it would be nice if you want to raise your hand, if you can unmute, and we can
Hmm.
actually talk through the answer.
Okay. Well, nothing just yet.
Okay, okay.
But I think some people might be here because maybe they're thinking about using video as a channel to reach their audience.
Absolutely.
And I know you mentioned like doing short videos. Oh, Jet Howe. Well, let me just finish my question and Jet, you're
Sure,
next.
sure.
Um, what would be the best approach if you're trying to develop like a library? I guess similar to our series where we have like an hour. What
So
would be your
let's use this
recommendation?
as an example. So say you were a business owner and you did a webinar, and maybe it's like this webinar, it's about an hour long. That's too long to post on social. You could post that for sure on your link, or excuse me, on your YouTube channel as a long form video. But you can take little snippets from that video and use them in your social media. Maybe it's 12 seconds or 15 seconds, and as little nuggets of information. As I went through this, remember, I would show a tip. Maybe you cut out just the tips ones, and I think there were 5 or 6 tips in there. And then each one of those could be a standalone video. Or if you can't cut it out, take a little section yourself and re
Mhm.
record that little section. That's how you can absolutely utilize long form video into many, many little pieces, little short form videos.
You know, I totally agree, Ronnie, because when I personally watch YouTube, I'll watch the short ones and then it'll get me to try to find the long video.
I do the same thing. Absolutely. So it kind of works as like a little trailer for your long form video. It's kind of like a little movie trailer for it. Absolutely.
Okay, perfect. So, Chet, how I'm gonna allow you to speak. Uh,
Jet, you want to unmute?
Hello?
Hey.
oh,
Yes, I'm wondering how frequently should you do the short videos?
Oh, great question. as frequently as you can totally commit to. I don't want to see you post every day, which would be phenomenal for like a couple of weeks, and then you burn out and then you disappear because the algorithms don't like that. They like consistency. So I would start, if you're struggling with it, start once a week for a month. That's 4 videos. Maybe the next month you do 2 times a week. If you can get up to 3 times a week or every other day, that's great. If your business is needs you to be recognized as a content creator, then you're looking at every day, sometimes multiple times a day. But most of us are business owners and we just want people to have brand recognition of us once a week, but be consistent at it and then aim for a couple of times a week.
Thank you.
Absolutely. So, like I said, now's a great time. If you have any questions about digital marketing or video or content creation in general, it's a great time that we have together. And basically, you're my client here for this hour that we have together.
We have another question in the Q&A. If you're
Okay.
not selling a product, how would you use a video to start up charity soliciting funds?
That is a great question. I'll tell you what I would do. So I would think that a platform like LinkedIn would be good for that. And I actually think Facebook and Instagram also. Many nonprofits, well, all nonprofits really do need that funding, whether it's from individuals or corporate funding. But how do they get that? They have to show the value that that nonprofit offers. A video is the perfect way to do that. That video could really be focused on your benefits to the community, or what the benefits of your organization are. Tugging on a few heartstrings is always great, always gets people to watch. A little tear. But in the description, so you've always got the video and then you've got the description, then you can have your call to action more in there, or you can say, check our website out. You have that call to action. Rather than having to build that into the video itself, I would make the video just something that they're like, wow, they want to watch. And then, of course, your call to action is that you're looking for funding. I think video would be very powerful for any nonprofit.
Um, Chet, I saw that you raised your hand again, so I'll let you speak. I'm not sure if that was an accident.
I know, Veronica,
Yes,
you raise it.
Okay,
Yeah,
Chet.
yes.
working. Can you hear me?
You kind of broke up there a little bit.
Oh, are you gonna do a class on how to edit the videos? Because that's where I get stuck, is editing the videos on like CapCut.
So I don't have one scheduled, for example, like showing CapCut, but I can give you some best practices. Give me an idea of something that you struggle with.
Shortening it and taking out the ums.
So taking out the ums is going to be very difficult for you to do if you're not a pro. But there are AI tools that can do that for you. You'd have to, off the top of my head, I would look into 11 Labs, ELEVEN Labs, or HeyGen might have, a lot of them have, it's basically a filter that will take out the ums. I also think that Creatify does something like that. You can just Google or ask ChatGPT. You're looking for a video, an AI platform to take out the ums and clean up your what you're talking about. Oh, I'm getting a lot of echo. So the problem when you're doing that is it's going to give, if it just cuts out that little section, there's a little, jump, and it can look a little odd. Me personally, I don't mind a few ums. It makes you more real. If if you struggle with that on a repeated basis, I would practice. But right now, if you've got a few ums and not perfect delivery, I don't care. I think it reflects who you are, and it just makes you more personal. So I don't have a problem with that. What else in editing? Because I think a lot of people would have editing questions. Jet, did you have any other specific editing questions?
Like maybe rearranging the order of it. Sometimes, I'll do a testimonial and they say the best sentence at the end, and then I kind of have to move it around.
Okay, so let's just really quickly. So I'm in Canva. I presented this in Canva. So Canva has a video editor. So let's just look real quick. So they have these little circles at the top. You pick the video one. You can make a video out of anything, but if you don't use one of the video templates, it's harder. So I always say start there. So say we are going to pick this. Here, we'll pick a mobile video. So this is just a blank. You can make it with a template. You can just have you talking whatever you want. But I just want to show you how this works. And most editors are about the same. So I'm just going to go to uploads.
So, is it best to turn the camera on its side or do it from,
Right now, depending on where you're going to post it, if you're going to post it on social, it's vertical, up, straight up and
vertical?
down.
Oh,
Right,
okay.
right,
Oh,
like
that's a
that.
good one. Thank
Right.
you.
If it's for YouTube and it's a longer video, then horizontal, right? Or sometimes on a website, you'll have a long horizontal at the top, horizontal. But for social, vertical. Okay. So that's what this template is. You can see it's vertical. So when you want to, maybe what what you said at the beginning, you want it at the front. So let's just try. Let me bring this gal in. Okay.
The old way to make business video?
The old
Cameras, lights, retakes, scheduling, and a whole lot of we'll do it later. The new way?
Okay. So when you're working in Canva, and Canva it's user friendly, but it's hard to be as finessed as you're asking. But let me just show you what I would do. I'd go up to the top where it has this, you have the trim, which shows you your whole video, but you can also go to the little three dots here and you'll see where it says split. That's moving, that's cutting the video itself. Now, if I wanted to move this front section to the back, I'm just going to drag it over here, and now it's at the back. So you could put it wherever you want.
A lot more useful than sitting on the to-do list.
Then I had my logo come in at the front, and now you see
the old way to make business video.
That was at the beginning when we started. So you just make a cut and you put it where you want it to go. Again, it's not as easy to finesse as the real difficult platforms. Like for me, we use After Effects and Final Cut. You can absolutely use those, but it's a steep learning curve. When I learned After Effects, I felt like I could fly a 747 with the same amount of difficulty. So yeah. So hopefully that helped. We got 2 minutes. You got anything else you want to see on video editing?
Ronnie, I just had a question. You mentioned free teleprompter apps, and I was able to find some.
They're
Uh,
not free. They're not free, but they
oh,
are
okay.
available for your phone. The one that I use is Teleprompter Pro.
Oh, okay. Okay. I found some. I guess they must be just introductory. It's like Nano Prompter, Prompto Smart.
Yeah, you'd have to just try it out. Like I said, I've tried a couple of them. Teleprompter Pro is the one I like, and any of the apps these days, I have not found many that are free. Everything is subscription based.
Okay.
The nice trick in Canva, so I just cut up a video that I actually liked, but I can get back to where I was by using the little undo button. And I'm going to take out that slice. So now it's like I didn't mess it up. So Canva has that wonderful little undo button for whatever you were working on. And just so you know, her here, this whole video, those are AIs. So that's what I'm saying. You can do video and you don't have to be on video. So she's talking here.
Cameras, lights.
He's AI too. I made him. I wanted to make a guy stressing out making a video. That's the prompt I gave it. So I was able to use AI voiceover person, fake person, and use B-roll, fake person also.
Wow. It's amazing. He looks real.
And so
So
does
does she.
she. Yeah.
Yeah. The quality is amazing.
It is. It is.
Okay.
And yeah, we just have a minute left, but I can, let me see if I can show you if I drag this in.
Sometimes I think you should be a Canva ambassador. You're so good at it.
But check this out. This is Ronnie avatar. This is not me.
Uh,
So, yes, AI Ronnie may be the shiny new version. She's great on camera, and I'm the one telling her what to say. She may be the upgrade, but I'm still the brains behind the whole operation. And if you meet a business owner who keeps putting off video, you know who to call. Let's get into it. Is that amazing?
it is. Did you just take a picture of yourself and that's it?
I took a picture of myself and then I made that picture into an AI generated picture. That is not my office. That's some fantasy office I would like to have. So
Wow.
yeah, it's amazing what we can do. Oh, and Nadia, thank you. Nadia says she prefers me. Thank you.
Oh.
Well,
Okay.
hopefully, when is the next one in our series?
And what date do I have? It's actually 2 weeks from now. So the
Perfect.
16th of April. So we will see everyone in 2 weeks. But before that, I just want to thank everyone for joining us. And again, thank Ronnie for being with us today and just providing an exceptional webinar as always. I like how you provide these practical tips so you can literally just finish the webinar and start going into, different tools and start implementing them. So that's always great as a small business
Nice.
owner who are always so pressed for time. Um,
And like I said, I will copy chat. So if you want to get on my email list, take a moment and put your email address in chat, or you can scan the QR code when you get the recording and just hold your camera up to the phone.
Perfect. And then we do want to encourage you to fill out the survey at the end of today's webinar. It helps to form our programming, provide you content that will be of value to you, and also provides feedback to Ronnie in terms of like being able to, unfortunately, you can't speak to her one-on-one, but at least you can provide feedback one-on-one. And then, of course, I just want to remind you in 2 weeks we meet again. And then that's for part three. Yeah, and then I've also included with the webinar recording, I'll include information about that grant I mentioned in the beginning in case anybody missed that. And you can also share with any entrepreneurs that you might know that might be eligible for who wouldn't want some free money to fall fall on them. So thank you everyone for joining us and you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thank you so much.